Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the channel. Smishek's Custom Baits. Rick Smishek here. Today, we're going to continue the videos on Chapter 3 of the book, Knowing Bass. Hope you guys are enjoying this. I think it's a good thing, not just to share this information, but also for me to do this because it should help me remember the information. Hopefully. Last week we talked about sense of smell mostly, and the olfactory organs. So today the sense of taste organs are pretty simple, taste buds. Okay, um, and just like we have taste buds, the fish do too. Only unlike us, where we only have our taste buds on the tongue, bass have taste buds on their tongue, the sides of their mouth, the roof of their mouth, on their teeth. Imagine that, huh? You bite in some food and just taste it with your teeth. Yeah, that'd be pretty cool, huh? Well, fish can do it. And they also have them on their gills. Um, Under a microscope, the taste buds look like a small onion, okay? And it even has little hairs protruding out of the opening called cilia. And I will be referring to my notes again. In both taste and smell receptors, there is a variety of different types, and each type has different things that it can sense, different things that activate um, those receptors. Um, let's as far as all the different types, let's compare it to, say, a picture of a field of wildflowers. There's always all different kinds of flowers, different colors, different sizes, whatnot. Okay, and collectively, those flowers become our picture. Okay, nobody would want to see a field of flowers. Well, maybe some people would, with just the exact same flowers all over the place. I mean, if they were really cool flowers, maybe. But um, with a bass, that with both taste and smell receptors, basically those receptors are like that field of wildflowers where there's all different kinds. Okay, and collectively they give us a picture. Okay, or in this case, they give a bass a picture. Collectively, they allow the bass to analyze complex um, smells and tastes. And somebody just came in the garage. They need to get out. Well, they did. They left. I was kidding. They left. That's kind of funny. I'll find out who that was in a little bit. Um, both taste and smell receptors can only respond to um, molecules that they can physically come in contact with. Okay, some molecules are just too big; they can't get into those areas where the taste and smell receptors are, or they're not water soluble. If a compound isn't water soluble, um, that was my grandson, by the way. He's 12. Okay, yeah, I'll kick his butt later for walking through. He walked through slapping his feet on the floor. I don't know if you heard that, but he's like all smiling at me as he does it. He knows what he's doing. I'll have to give him crap about that later. Anyways, where's he at? Oh, they can only respond to the compounds that are small enough to get into the areas where those receptors are, which means that they have to be water soluble. Anything that's water insoluble might as well not exist to a bass. Um, okay, so that's a limitation. I think I talked about that in an earlier video where bass have limits on what they can detect and what they can't. Well, this is one of those limits. Um, water insoluble substances like fats and oils. Um, with oils, the molecules generally stay clumped up together, bunched up together, and they don't spread out by themselves. In rare cases they can, but most of us know that when you try to stir, like say vegetable oil into a cup of water, it just doesn't mix. Okay. Um, so we should all understand how oil is insoluble. Okay. It doesn't mix into the water, it doesn't break up. Um, fats are generally fats and proteins. Those molecules are generally too big to get into those little compartments where the taste and smell receptors are. Um, Oil-based commercial fish attractants to a bass, it's oil. Okay, it's not water soluble. So guess what? A bass that might as well not even exist to a bass. Not trying to break anybody's heart on that one, but even though it kind of broke mine when I first read it, I remembered all the times I bought oil-based attractants, thinking that because they'll stay on the lure longer, that I have a better chance of attracting and catching fish. Well, I was bogus. Okay. Um, what scents and flavors do bass like? Well, they like stuff that is, how do I want to put this? They like stuff that is that are compounds. They don't generally like single flavors. Okay, single flavor, just a single flavor, then not so much. But a multitude of flavors, a very flavor compounds, different flavors mixed together, they like those, especially if they have the electrolytes and the body salt of their prey. Okay, um, table salt, you can use it, but it's not a huge attractant to bass, and bass quickly become disinterested in baits that have just table salt. And it has salt, and they need the salt. Why do they need salt? Let's talk about that for a second. They need it because being in the water, they lose body salts. Okay? Now, the book didn't go into exactly how that happens, but they have to constantly replenish that salt through their diet. And um, minnows and crayfish, crawdads, whatever you want to call them, they have body salt, and that's one of the reasons why bass like to eat those types of prey. Electrolytes that are in their prey can also be another source of salt. What don't they like? Well, bass are predators. They are not vegetarians. So guess what? Scents that have fruit flavors, strawberry, grape, whatever. Um, no, bass don't like those. Um, Onion and garlic flavors. Nope, they don't like those either. Um, so we need to, if we're, like, say you're a chemist or some profession where you know how to figure out what substances or what different compounds are in a various substance, like say a minnow. What types of things are in there? Like you could figure out what electrolytes are in there, what body fluids and body um, like the meat or the bones, whatever. What types of organic compounds in the minnow has that salt, and what types of salt? Then you could probably come up with a pretty good attractant that's water soluble that would make fish not only attracted to your bait, but also hold on to it longer. Okay, you could do that. I'm none of those things, so I'll probably end up buying commercial stuff for as long as I live. Um, okay, we've got this here. We've already talked about why it's important to them. And bass, they can readily distinguish between table salt and what's known as prey salt, the salt that's in their prey. Okay, they love the prey salt, and they're not really neutral on table salt, but it's a pretty minor addition to their palate. They don't. They're not overly fond of it, and they get used to it pretty quickly and decide they don't want to touch it. So that's it for today's video. Just double checking this room. Okay. That's it for today's video. We've got half of the chapter done now. So stay tuned for next week. We'll talk a little bit more about this, and then there'll be one more on chapter 3. But if you liked what you saw, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button if you haven't already. We're up to 696 subscribers, and I think it was 1,165 hours watched. Thank you. All of that to you folks out there, all my watchers. I appreciate every second you guys spend watching. And it's exciting to watch the channel grow. It really is. I check a couple times a day, see if I have new subscribers. And share the videos, please. That's probably the number one way that you folks can help the channel grow. That and hitting the like button and stuff. So until next time, folks, tight lines, calm waters, and God bless.